Yeah, boy.
When playing Outward, it's hard to choose which armor set you want to create a build around. There are many good options, such as the high damage, high impact Master Kazite armor. Maybe run with Gold Lich armor for nice elemental resistance and excellent negative mana cost. Or go for my personal favorite, the Antique Plate armor, which nearly breaks the game when enchanted with economy. But even with all of these options, there's still one armor set that feels almost perfect. One that you can get relatively early on and still be great until endgame. This, of course, is the Entomber Set. It is a more royal-looking outfit used by the guards of Levant, those entrusted to protect royals and keep the peace. It can be bought in Levant or simply looted in the desert. But what makes this so powerful for new and more experienced players? This set has a lot of stats, and good ones at that. With 30 hot weather defense, you only need a good swig of water to be fully protected from the heat. After looking for samples in Caldera for long enough, this starts to sound pretty good. Getting hot ruins your stamina and will make it nearly impossible to fight efficiently. Not needing hot weather defense potions does feel good on its own. Simply focus on fighting rather than worrying about taking 4 things to stop the sun from roasting you. We then want to look at its stamina cost and movement speed. Negative 15% stamina cost for every move you make, and 15% extra movement speed. This allows you to get places much faster, and stay in fights much longer without depleting your character's energy. There are other armor sets that do this as well, and after using one of them it's hard to switch to anything else. The more fluid gameplay offered by this armor set is great for players focusing on exploration. You focus less on buffs and still make it to where you need to be. With all of this being said, why not use something like Master Trader armor that does all of this but better? What Master Trader armor lacks is resistance. It essentially has none, making you take large amounts of damage when you get hit. The Entomber Set, on the other hand, has very good resistance to several different things. 45% physical makes sure you're okay in that department. Not good, but for light armor, this is almost more than you could ask for. Then you have 60% resistance to lightning and decay damage. This here is what really makes Entomber armor stand out among its peers. Lightning and decay damage are some of the most deadly elements in Outward, if you really think about it. Ethereal damage comes from ghosts, ancient dwellers, and elementals mostly. You can avoid ancient dwellers entirely if you want to, and ghosts only show up in a select few places. Frost or cold damage really only comes from Wendigos. You have enemies in the Grotto of Chalcedony, yes, but there are very few overall that have this damage type. And Wendigos especially are very easy to take down. Fire just obliterates them. Fire is a bit of a different story. There are many sources of fire damage you'll run across. Obsidian elementals, scarlet emissaries, gastrocines, and even the last boss in the game. Luckily, you won't always be running into these creatures, but all of them are quite strong when you eventually need to challenge them. Overall, however, you will either fight decay or physical damage. Lightning really only pops up a few times, with mantis shrimps and lightning golems being the major two. Mantis shrimp are beginning level enemies, and lightning golems are in 2 places only. Entomber armor is fantastic for these places because you only need a boon to become extremely resistant to that element. It's actually very easy to become completely immune to lightning at that point. So keep this in mind if you ever go up against the Lightmender. Our main focus, however, is decay damage. This stuff is everywhere. You'll fight multiple types of Scourge, Manticores, Buzu, Trogs, Poisonous Water, Blade Dancers, Madees, and Gastrocines. It's pretty safe to say that decay damage is the most common elemental type of damage in Outward. Which makes sense, the Scourge took over a large portion of this world, making them one of the main enemies. Corruption causes things to die on the inside and become more corrupt as well, leaving the world filled with deadly green monsters. This makes the Entomber armor more useful than you might have thought. It's great for traversing the swamp and crossing water that would instantly kill you without such gear. It's excellent against the Jade Lich, as you take 2 potions and he almost can't hurt you. Head over to fight a Gastrocine, but darn it, you get afflicted with Plague. which deals so much decay damage per second it'll kill you faster than most things. Oh, but wait, we can become completely immune to that as well. My point in telling you all this is that Entomber armor is much more useful than you might think. It has excellent quality of life perks like less stamina usage, more speed, and great heat resistance. Then you can gain immunity to lightning and decay damage, making even some bosses easier than dealing with a Trog. It looks great, has nice stats, and is very easy to get. If I was to play Outward for the first time, this is what I would want to use. And I wish I had. It provides so much without any negatives. I don't recommend trying to face tank heavy physical attacks. I mean, even in heavy armor, that's not going to protect you forever. But I thought more people should be aware of this amazing set. I'm currently using the chestplate as an upgrade from leather armor, and it's S tier. In fact, if you follow my money-making guide, which I'll link down below, you can buy this as soon as you get to Levant and sell your horror weapons. Even if you find something better, consider keeping the Entomber armor in your stashed chest, because it really comes in handy and is borderline OP for dealing with the entire swamp region. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed this little showcase. I've been enjoying this set quite a bit since I started using it again, and figured it deserved its own little video. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time.